Step into the ring.
Alright, everyone, and welcome to week 5 of Forto Sage Esports with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate JV games. Our first match between Cola and Arceus under the tag Mifa is about to begin soon. Looks like they're getting started. Cola playing Roy and Arceus playing Mii Swordfighter. Roy is a very, very strong character, one of the best characters in the game. Solid high tier, good kill power, great damage output. His main tool here, that at the very least that Cola likes to use, is a lot of forward smash. This character is a huge fan of getting in close to the opponent because he has a unique mechanic where the hilt of his sword deals more damage than the tip. Arceus here playing the Sword Fighter, choosing to go a lot of special moves here. Especially yet again, this character generally doesn't use this moveset. Mii Sword Fighter is one of the 3 unique Mii characters who can all choose their special moves. And it appears that Arceus has chosen 1-1-1-1 and is just using them at nearly every opportunity. Isn't using anything else though, which could potentially be a problem. A lot of Mii Sword Fighters' kit really comes together when you start using their other attacks. Primarily when you use that up air. It's a very strong kill move, and it combos very well out of that Tornado Projectile, which is one of Mii Sword Fighter's best features. Using 1-1-1-1 Mii Sword Fighter also loses you out on a special projectile that can either go full screen or can just do multi-hits close range, which is one of its Mii Sword Fighter's better zoning tools, as well as an up special that's a bit better for recovery, because the one that they're using here, while it is very high, doesn't go anywhere horizontally. Cola's gonna want to try and, because Mifa's only been using these 4 special moves so far, Cola's gonna want to try and bait them out. Because they all travel rather predictable arcs and act very predictably, he can simply predict where he's going to go and then punish him for it preemptively. That being said, he's having trouble finding moves that beat them outright, which is going to be important to find out here, because these special moves, while they aren't necessarily good, they still do deal a lot of knockback. And if your opponent isn't able to punish them for it, it's not going to matter much. That being said, Cola gets a dash in forward tilt to take Arceus' first stock after losing one of his own. Arceus going by the stage, Cola choosing to go full screen, simply waiting for him to do something. Nearly side B's off stage, however, he will stop at the ledge. There's a few upsides about that move. Cola using his own array of special moves here. That double edge dance is going to have to watch out for. That move is exceptionally strong. It kills ludicrously early, around 60 to 70% against most of the cast. There's choosing to go in. Oh, it looks like Arceus started using a bit more forward smash now, finally laying off on the special moves. Maybe realized that Cola was getting better at predicting them. Back throws him, however, immediately goes for another one. Gets caught out by the double edge dance. It's a very bad move that Cola has now realized, for Arceus at least, because now that he knows he can beat it out, he can beat out one of Arceus' favorite approach options with one of his best kill moves. This could at least be the side of the matchup, however, he's not able to do it quite yet. Arceus does have a % lead, so Cola's slowly clawing his way back. trying to find a way to punish these up specials. They just keep on coming. Cola gets lofted on stage. He's able to punish the ending lag on the up special with one of his own. That move kills a bit more vertically as opposed to the horizontal knockback that the Sword Fighter's up special. He's able to space it out, hits him with another double edge dance. Goes for it, tries to intercept, doesn't get it, goes for an up airs. Waiting for him to do it again, goes for the Gale Strike projectile. Beats it out. The side B with the double edge dance. However, the scaling on that move is going to be very high. There's a mechanic in this game where the more you use a move, the less damage it does, and by extension, the less knockback it does. So Cola using all these side Bs to put out Arceus' own is going to be a problem. That being said, it's still not enough to completely remove Move's kill power, as we can see from Arceus KOing Cola in his second stock with an up special, which we've been using a lot of this game. Cola immediately returning the favor with another run-up side special, side forward tilt. Forwards the projectile, predicts him going in, tries to jab him, however, it's just out of range. He's with the up specials yet again. Taking in a double edge dance. Both players, Cola trying to find a way around that up special, is not able to get it though. Side special is back on stage and unable to punish the lag, just using it constantly over and over again. Tries to go for an aggressive one off stage, doesn't get it, misses the forward smash. Cola tries going for it. It's launched off. Looks like he tried to counter there, he tried to do the smash attack and it didn't work out. Here's a forward tilt off stage. Hits him with the Flare Blade. Just misses the forward smash. That could have been the key to the game. Simply walks back and does a side special. Goes for it. Doesn't get it. Got hit with the Blazer, and that double edge dance no longer scaled after Cola lost his second stock. It's going to have full power, and that's going to be enough to take Arceus, winning game 1. Alright, going into game 2 here, both players have a lot to keep in mind. The main thing is, this is a very, very predictable game plan that Arceus is using here. These 4 moves are not typically very good. At the very least, they're not good when used on their own. The projectile is good, but that's only good in conjunction with Mii Sword Fighter's normals, which Arceus does not appear to want to use. Side B, not very good. Very, very punishable on block, even though Cola hasn't blocked it a lot. It's not going to be as big of a factor. That's still something to keep in mind if he's able to adapt. Up special, very unsafe on block. And that down special, obviously the counters are inherently risky moves. They only activate upon hit, and Cola has shown himself to be pretty good at hesitating when he thinks his opponent's going to counter and then punishing the counter attempt. If Arceus wants to take the second game, he's going to have to actually use the tools at Mii Sword Fighter's disposal. And this is mainly because just Cola has a ton of ways to abuse him. He can simply shield most of the moves he uses, which is going to be incredibly unsafe. All of his moves lose to shield, which means that Roy with his good out-of-shield options, or even if Cola picks a different character potentially with good out-of-shield options, that's going to be a nightmare for him. For the up special, he's shown it to be okay aggressively if your opponent doesn't know how to counter it, but all Cola has to do is hit him off stage, and all of a sudden his Mii Sword Fighter is going to be in a world of trouble, because that up special is a terrible recovery move, and we see here Cola changing characters to the Ike. Now, the character very different from Roy, however, has a couple of the same fundamental principles. For one, he does have a sword, and it's a larger sword than Mii Sword Fighter's. Granted, it's most swords in the game, but this means he can outrange Mii Sword Fighter very effectively. The main thing that Ike has in this matchup is his offstage game as well as his neutral. And it looks like Cola is trying to give Arceus a taste of his own medicine by just spamming up special. Ike's up special might be a bit better for this, though. It's a lot better at killing, and it has armor, unlike Arceus's. However, Cole is also willing to mix in forward smashes here. The main difference, as you can see, the armor means that even if the opponent hits you, you aren't able to interrupt Ike while he is doing this move. It's also significantly better out of shield, and is generally a better recovery tool just overall. It can also spike off stage, and depending on angles and how far you are from it, it will actually kill first. Here we can see all of Ike's moves have either enough range on them to actually beat out Arceus' equivalents. However, Arceus can still rely on the counter. And Cola SD is going off stage. Not working out, uses the forward tilt. It's worked for him both times. Tries using the eruption. Neutral special, that is a projectile which turns into 3 projectiles when fully charged. Very high kill power, and importantly hits below the ledge, so if it's released early, you can potentially catch characters trying to recover. Tries grabbing, isn't able to get it. Looks like Cole's looking for a grab, uses a side B, uses the ether up special. It just avoids it, however the counter cancels the animation. It has to do it again, and Cola SDs again with the side B. Arceus now up a stock. Cola starting to use a few more normals. Anti-airing him with the ether. Goes for the eruption. Looks like Arceus might not know what it does, and he's not able to hit it. Doesn't go high enough to catch the up special. However, he side specials right into it, and Cola takes Arceus' stock, only having taken 10% damage flat in between. Even though he has SD'd twice, Cola now has a lead after SDing when both characters were at 0% on their second stocks. Both players just spamming their special moves. However, if he's going to do that with that game plan in mind, Ike is going to be a significantly better character than the Sword Fighter. Waits for the counter. Doesn't have enough range, predicts a counter of his own. Both characters just using their counters. However, Cola breaks the tradition. Gets him off stage, goes for the ether once again, goes for a counter expecting it. He's only taken 8% his stock. Now he's at 32. Going for the suspect, doesn't have the range. Ethers nearly kills. Goes for the eruption, isn't able to get it. Goes for a back air, gets his forward tilt countered. Goes for the ether. The counter barely misses, hits him with a dash attack, not quite enough to kill. Uses the side B. Cola chases after it with it. That gets countered. Looks like Arceus is starting to actually predict Cola's moves and counter them in advance. This could potentially be bad for him. Cola needs to finish off this stock. The side special barely misses. That ether is going to have enough knockback. Cola takes the set 2-0.
I fight for my friends.
Step into the ring.
And our second match should be beginning here shortly. Both players choosing their characters and stages. We'll have Grape versus DioCry playing under the tag of Pirate 1. And we'll get back to you when the match actually begins. It's about to begin. DioCry going Steve and Grape going Ganon. Grape, usually known for his Sephiroth. These characters have a couple things in common, mainly their excellent kill power. Ganon, however, takes it to the next level, having some of the highest power in the game. Either misinputs or predicts a roll in for the neutral special. That move is incredibly bad and is almost never used by Ganondorf. It's very, very slow. And while it is strong, you can just avoid it, and there's not a lot you can do about it. However, we see here, even though the character may be different, Grape's game plan of just using smash attacks on opponents is going to stay strong. Ganon does have the one thing, it's the long-range smash attacks that carry over from Sephiroth here. Forward smash gets interrupted by the Steve jabs, goes for his forward smash to zone over, doesn't get it. Ganon at 47%, not going to take a lot of knockback from a ton of Steve's moves. Ganon, one of the heavier characters in the game, and while his recovery is very, very bad, which means his survivability is generally low, he won't immediately just die for moves. Gets caught by the minecart, isn't able to combo into anything. The forward smash just barely whiffs and trades with the down smash. Using forward smash, expecting DioCry to just run in mindlessly. Almost gets him, gets hit by the anvil though off stage at 70%. Hits with a down special, Wizard's Foot. Almost anti-airs the down air, however the anvil is going to blow through the forward smash. Grape trying to use smash attacks, just expecting him, accidentally uses the down air, nearly dies, however jumps right in the nick of time. Gets it with another minecart. Jumps back up. DioCry now has diamonds. Steve with diamonds is a very scary character. However, it looks like he's a bit more content to just stay back and use minecart. Of course, as I say that, the forward smash is going to take Grape's first stock. It might have to take this a bit more seriously as the Wizard's Foot spikes him into the stage with enough knockback to bounce him back up and kill him off the top. Grape now in a one-stock lead. Looks like he's just going for whatever would be most disrespectful to hit him with. Tries approaching, though Ganon's approach is very bad. Gets anti-aired by the up smash. Nearly gets anti-aired by another up smash. However, that move is insanely laggy and has more than enough time to hit it with a forward smash off stage. For only a couple interactions, DioCry already at 57.6%. This character does a ton of damage. Gets caught up by the minecart while charging a forward smash mindlessly once again. Make it back to stage though. That move is very difficult to mash out of. That is a command grab far away, but a hit up close. And crazy interaction, gets caught by the minecart on the same frame, same 60th of a second window that the forward smash connects, as Grape takes game one with a trade with the command grab. That was wild. This has just been an absolute dominant match for Grape. Pirate needs, he needs to be more aggressive here. He needs to just go in. DioCry has to be aggressive. Steve has very, very good frame data on a ton of his moves that Ganon just cannot contest. He also has disjoints, meaning the distance between a hitbox and the area that you can get hit, that Ganon doesn't have, because Ganon is mostly a melee fighter, and Ganon's only disjoints are slow smash attacks. Steve has the mobility. He should have the advantages here. However, Grape proving sometimes the character matchup isn't everything. DioCry didn't air dodge a single time first stock, and it led to him just eating up smash after up smash until eventually he just lost it after only one interaction. If you are not able to weave around Ganon's attacks and abuse his lack of speed, he will just walk all over you. DeoCry is going to have to adapt in order to win this set. Grape, honestly, playing this pretty well, needs to watch out for those minecarts, though. He can't just mindlessly charge smash attacks off stage. That will just not work against Steve. You can get stuffed out because even though DeoCry wasn't playing aggressively, he was playing very defensively, which means we did see a lot of that minecart. That move is very complicated. There are a ton of hitboxes on it, depending on what state Steve is in when using it, what range he hits you with it. But what you generally need to know is that there is a close range version where he is inside the minecart. There is a close range version when he jumps out, where it is still a hit and far enough away it will actually register as a command grab, meaning that it has the same properties of a grab, i.e. it will go through shields, go through armor, and just generally go through things and catch you in that like little caught animation. And what that does is it can allow the minecart to essentially travel off stage and drag you with it. Grape got hit by that quite a lot this set, or at least last game, so he's going to have to play around that a bit more carefully, at the very least not do mindless smash attacks from full screen if he wants to avoid that fate. However, he still absolutely dominated that game, only losing a single stock, and I don't know, I'm going to be honest, I don't know if DeoCry's going to be able to take this, or DeoCry is going to be able to take this. This is an uphill battle. Absolute uphill battle. Both players, though, it looks like they're taking a bit longer to choose their stages, or maybe we might see a character switch here. I know Grape obviously has Sephiroth in the background. Not sure what DeoCry could go for. He was playing Steve pretty passively, so there's a chance he might be going for a more traditional zoning character like, say, Pac-Man or Samus, who could benefit a bit more from that passive playstyle. But who knows, we'll see. It's taking quite a while, though. Not really sure what's up there. As for stages that could benefit him, Final Destination was a very good stage for Ganondorf, specifically because there were no platforms to run to. Ganon works very well when you can't just simply run off to platforms that his low movement doesn't let him contest. Because if it's a totally flat stage, he knows most of the positions where you're going to be, and he can cover those with an up smash or forward smash, especially when recovering very easily. Switching to, looks like he's switching to Ike here instead of Ganondorf. Yeah, Grape going in with the Ike, the second time we've seen an Ike counter today. Has similar smash attacks to Ganondorf, however, does have different normals, is generally faster. Here we see him already jumping over the minecart, adapting that playstyle. DeoCry, for what it's worth, already playing a bit more aggressively. Grape trying to go for smash attacks, it's not working, finally gets a jab in. Goes for the Great Ether up special. As previously mentioned from the last set, that move has armor and it kills very early. Let's hit with the command grab once again, though. That minecart, showing its true colors, doesn't go for an Ether, however that gives DeoCry more than enough time to simply run out of the way. Hits it with the side special, though, doesn't face the right direction. DeoCry simply just hitting with normals over and over, actually getting a lead. It's not going nearly as well with Ike as it did with Ganondorf. Ike can't afford to take quite as many hits. He is lighter, though he still is a generally heavy character. Almost runs into the forward smash. That probably would have been the stock given how much he charged it. Going to be enough. Goes for the Ether. That move has the armor on. That move going hard to contest, and the diamond back air is going to take the stock. DeoCry only 40%, actually managing to put a pretty sizable lead here. Grape struggling to get in against the ball of minecarts, constantly using that up special where he probably shouldn't be. Takes a ton of damage, gets hit by the up smash, gets hit by another up smash, gets hit by a third up smash, gets hit by a fourth up smash, almost gets hit by a fifth, is finally able to land at 98%. DeoCry's only taken 57. The tables have turned here, folks. The set has all of a sudden gotten a lot more interesting. That's going to be too far. DeoCry now at 70%, up 2 stocks versus Grape. Grape absolutely dominated game 1, but DeoCry is back here with some dominant gameplay of his own. Grape just not able to take these stocks. DeoCry grabs Diamond, anti-airs with the up smash, nearly hits it again. That up smash is very useful. His going back to attack, finally hits with a great ether, but it's not enough to kill. He's been using it too much. It's too skilled. Finally goes for a hit with the up smash. Finally taking DeoCry's very first stock at 66% on his final. He's not using any of Ike's good moves. Ike, as a character, has very good aerials, particularly Nair, one of the most infamous moves in the game, and Grape is just not using it. He's going to go for Ether. It's too slow though, and DeoCry simply able to run out of the way, throws him, gets him off stage. DeoCry has Iron. Only at 47% with a huge stock lead, and that minecart's going to be enough to take Grape out. DeoCry takes it back with a dominant game 2. The tables here absolutely turned. Grape not nearly as good with the Ike as he did with the Ganondorf. DeoCry's general performance improved a little bit. He was a lot more aggressive. He approached more than he did last game. And that Ike, that was not good. That was a slaughter. Ike is a character who cannot afford to take all the same risks as Ganondorf. He has good damage output, but it's not nearly the level of Ganon, where like 1 or 2 interactions, you can take a stock with that. Ike does not play like that. Ike is a character who wants to play neutral against you. He wants to win it a couple of times and just use his range to bully opponents into making mistakes. He wants to stay at a range where his opponents can't reach with his normals, and then use his special moves as sort of supplements or for hard reads or recovering. He just did not do that. Grape used up special especially way too aggressively. He used side B too aggressively. And he did not use nearly enough normals. He didn't use Nair at all. He didn't really use back air, forward air, or up air, all of which are incredible moves in their own right. Forward air is huge, back air kills, up air is huge, and kills off the top. Nair is a great combo tool at low percents, and at high percents can kill itself with the back hit, kill confirming into both back air and up air, and even ether. At reasonable percents. That's the one case where ether is a good offensive tool. Didn't use ether out of shield at all, which is one of its main uses thanks to its armor. After using it after shield to punish someone on their shield, and the knockback really assists with that. Grape might change characters, and it looks like he is going to be going for his main Sephiroth. Grape's general strategy this set has been to simply use smash attacks and wait for the opponent to run into them, and Sephiroth is one of the best characters in the game at doing that. Obviously, we've seen Grape Sephiroth in the previous weeks, but for those of you who are uninformed, huge range, huge disjoints, a sweet spot near the tip, but not at the tip of the sword, sort of in the middle section. And surprisingly fast for how much range he has. Sephiroth's big problem is that he is very light. He has roughly the same, a comparable weight to even Pikachu, despite how he may look. That being said, we can see here the range going to play weight doesn't matter if your opponent can't hit you. And Grape is keeping his distance, using projectiles of his own to sort of zone him out. Hits him with the anti-air up smash. Unable to give it the anvil, and that's it. Gets hit by the final. However, you can see here DeoCry's, sorry, up smash getting beat out by Grape's down air. That move is a gigantic hitbox. It goes through platforms, and as we see here, it can even go through the magma block. Grape goes up. DeoCry was expecting a more aggressive approach, but Grape can only go for. However, that mix-up potentially to save Grape's life. Goes on with some dash attacks, misses it. Goes for the projectile, forces him to dodge it. Gets grab, goes for a forward throw. Forward smashes him, gets that sweet spot. Believe it or not, DeoCry is currently in kill range. A single good sweet spot of a smash attack is going to be enough to take the stock right now. Goes off stage and gets hit by a smash attack of DeoCry's own, losing his first stock. However, he's built up a pretty comfortable lead for himself, and that up smash is going to take DeoCry's second stock. Grape now 2 stocks to 1, both players at 0%, and instantly, and Grape SDs. All of a sudden, this game has automatically turned. The miss input, I can only assume was a miss input, down air. Now Grape's on a lot more even footing. He's gonna have to play this carefully. Gets caught out by the minecart that's been getting him all set. playing carefully, tries shielding the command grab. It doesn't work because command grabs go through shields. They are essentially just grabs. Diocry realizing he can use it to sort of space him out till he gets diamond. Gets caught by the hit of the command grab after shielding it. Gets caught by the up smash. The down and not properly spaced. Interrupts the minecart with the forward smash though. Goes for the up smash. Just releases it a bit too late. Uses the Elytra. This could potentially be bad. He can potentially punish this. Dash attack gets caught out by it. Whiffs it, however, whiffs the down air himself, who's not able to get the punish, gets the weak hit of up smash, tries getting the strong hit, the Elytra is able to mix up the timings, was not able to do it. Goes for the dash attack, almost enough knockback to kill, goes for another up smash, waits for him to run into it, doesn't, and he doesn't have enough room. He tried using Elytra to bait out the up smash too early, so he did it too far off stage. Diocry SDs, and Grape takes the set 2-1.
Step into the ring. Ready? Three, two, one, go!
Alright, apologies. We will be joining this mid-set here. We have Cola versus Phoenix. Last game, Cola played Roy. Phoenix played Pyra / Mithra, and Cola Cooley as Aegis. And Cola won that game. So, Cola currently on game point here. We have Phoenix playing Zero Suit Samus in the counter pick. Roy, as previously stated, good up close, but the sword does still let him play at further ranges, albeit less effectively, as a ton of kill power and a ton of damage. Zero Suit, on the other hand, very tricky character. A lot of moves which shift her hurtbox around very fast, great air mobility, and surprising range for a melee character, particularly thanks to her grab and her side special, which we already see them using quite a bit of. Zero Suit has other good attributes. She has a frame 1 jab, meaning that her jab is the fastest move in the game, or at the very least tied for it. She has great out of shield options. Her up smash is an incredible anti-air, however, doesn't appear to be using it all that much. And we can see here that feint jump, that down special flip kick, is going to be very good when being juggled. It basically makes Zero Suit Samus' disadvantage non-existent. That being said, not enough to prevent Phoenix from losing their first stock, with Cola quickly following suit due to a forward smash that sends him simply too far off stage to be able to recover. Both players on even footing. Phoenix does get the first hit though. I suppose the dash attack hits that one though, however gets caught out by the counter when he tries going for a follow-up. Just avoids it. Shields a double-edged dance, predicts a roll behind, but doesn't get it though. Cola barely spaces it and gets a shield break. This could potentially be huge. However, punishes it with a grab instead of like anything else. A forward smash there would have been good. Not enough, probably not enough time on the shield break to get a fully charged flare neutral special. However, if there had been, or if Phoenix had simply not tried mashing out, that would have been the stock. However, as it stands, both players are still dead even. Playing Cola, looks like he might get another shield break. Phoenix's shield's looking very small. Roy does good shield damage thanks to his high damage output. This is a neutral special. Goes for a Blazer, misses it. It's caught out by the Zero Suit Samus side B. Phoenix goes for an up smash, however, Cola was below him and started juggling him with the up air. Goes off stage accidentally, however, Cola makes it back, tries getting with the down air to combo start, however, it doesn't work, gets launched off stage. Phoenix doesn't go for an edge guard, chooses to stay behind and catch Cola's recovery. Doesn't get much reward off of it though. Cola tries going for an up smash, doesn't get it. Goes through predicting some sort of movement here. Doing Blazer, doesn't get it, gets caught out by the dash attack yet again. This is the forward smash, both players just trying to hit the strongest moves, and Cola hits with his last hit of double edge dance. That move kills way too early, and Phoenix is going to be on the final stop. Cola hits with the anti-air Blazer. Only at 11%, both players just running around. Hits him though with the dash attack and a forward tilt, however gets caught by the get up attack, and that is going to be the stock. Zero Suit Samus' up special is a strong kill move. Oh, the two forward tilts flying Zero Suit Samus has better frame data, though Roy does have more range, is able to hit with the double edge dance. Warrior sends him close, up air whiffs the air dodge. Samus hits him with the side special. Tries going for a grab, however, doesn't get it. Doesn't complete the double edge dance, was out of range, gets grabbed in return. Doesn't go for a follow-up, tries baiting him off stage, doesn't work. Gets another down throw. Looks like Phoenix is trying to get throws, wait for him to do something, then punish him after doing the thing. That makes sense. Not really in the percent range to be able to do that. Cola's double edge dance by the ledge would probably be enough to kill. Be more than enough to kill here. From center stage, though, it's not going to hurt. Goes for a flare blade, doesn't get it. The up tilt hits him with a sweet spot of the up air, nearly enough to kill. Zero Suit Samus is a light character, takes a lot of knockback, and the sweet spot on that forward smash. As said, the hilt to the sword deals more knockback, and you can see that forward smash 100% killing from well beyond center stage. That's going to be enough to give Cola the set 2-0. All right, we didn't have a lot of matches today. We still have some more coming up. However, there will be a slight lull in the action. One of our players is finished, and the opponents, both of which are for Grape, have not yet responded. So we will get back to you when those come back up. All right, everyone. Thank you for your patience. Our next set should begin shortly.
Step into the ring.
And it's going to be starting up in a thematically appropriate match. We're going to have Grapes Sephiroth versus Starry's Cloud. Now, Cloud is unique among the sword fighters of this game in that he actually has a meter mechanic known as Limit. When he gets hit, takes hits, or deals damage, takes damage, or charges using his down special, it will essentially power up his special moves, and give them limit break versions. And it will also change his movement physics, make him a bit faster, and with the downside that it lasts for only 15 seconds before disappearing. Cloud, pretty strong character, not nearly as strong as he was in the last game, however, still pretty good. Good range on account of his giant sword. And generally good special moves. That being said, Starry appears to be using a lot of them. This may be the case of a player who uses primarily specials. That being said, he did use forward smash, trying to set up into the cross slash. He now has limit, and we can see here that limit projectile dealing a lot more damage and knockback to the non-limit one that he just got hit by. Oh, tries intercepting the climb smash, doesn't work. However, that forward smash from Grape is going to be able to take Starry's first stock. Grape has a comfortable lead for himself, now has one wing form, which is Sephiroth's unique ability that gives him an extra jump, and armor on smash attacks whenever he takes a certain amount of damage. Doesn't punish it though, gets hit with a cross slash, that moves very unsafe on shield, but wasn't able to find a punish, hits him with a sweet spot of forward smash. Up smash is slightly mistimed, so the climb hazard is able to avoid it, gets hit with another climb hazard. Starry appears to be using the specials a bit more strategically than the other players we've seen so far to be able to use them. That being said, it's still pretty predictable, and Grape should probably be able to punish these. This is especially given the fact that Sephiroth has one of the best counters in the game. It doesn't matter whether or not you get hit by it or not, it still activates. Which means that in conjunction with the fact that it reflects projectiles, he should have a pretty good way of navigating around Starry's barrage. Said, not enough to navigate around that cross slash, which was going to take Grape's first stock. Tries using the counter, doesn't get it, the climb hazards barely misses, goes for a forward smash, however Starry was facing the wrong direction, gets hit with the forward tilt, but Grape was behind him. Tries charging on the projectile, however it doesn't work out, constantly charging limit specials, has it on deck. Starry burn it, goes for the cross slash, doesn't get it. Grape doesn't get the punish though. Maybe a bit too afraid of that move. Not nearly in 2%. Window, however, Starry definitely is. He's simply zone out. However, Grape finally gets a counter off. Shields it, doesn't get the punish though. Just avoids it, and that blade being followed by the avoiding of the climb hazard is going to be enough for Grape to get a forward smash and take Starry's second stock. Now last stock, Grape is going to take it 35%, now 41.4%. A comfortable lead for himself. If he does an SD, he should have this game in the bag. Gets his forward smashes interrupted by one of Starry's own. One of the things that Cloud does have in this matchup is going to be his weight. Sephiroth's light character, Cloud is actually almost perfectly average, if a bit above average, with a weight of 100. So Starry will die later than he does. However, Sephiroth's recovery generally does that sort of evens out. You see here the limit cross dash nearly killing, however, not quite enough. Gets hit by the up smash. This is where Grape really likes timing an opponent. He likes being able to anti-air them with that giant move because most of them will run into it. Hits him with an air move that Grape doesn't use very often. Sephiroth's fast attacks, covers all around him, and is honestly pretty good given his hit. However, he does get hit by the blade beam. Cloud gets hit by the Nova, and that is going to be enough. That final up smash going to take Starry's black stock straight. JV2 stock has 0%, with a final stock remaining, takes game 1. Alright, so for this one, it's an interesting matchup. Starry used a lot of special moves here, and Grape wasn't the greatest at punishing them. Out of shield especially, that climb hazard is going to be wildly unsafe. It may have, like, frame 3 startup, but it is not good on block. Grape generally looks like he hesitated a bit, doesn't quite know when the timing for it ends. If he wants to be able to win the next match a bit more cleanly, he's going to have to focus on getting better at those consistent punishes. And Starry, for what it's worth, is going to have to focus more on his kill setups. He mainly just uses limit attacks. He doesn't appear to want to use a lot of his smash attacks for tilt very often, which is where a lot of Cloud's game plan comes from. He has pretty good tilts and aerials, especially. His aerials are fantastic. And it's where a lot of his range comes in. Now, it's not Sephiroth range, but especially compared to specials, his normals are a lot safer and can do a lot more. Now, going into game 2, Starry have to use a bit more normals, and Grape has to get better at punishing Starry's selected choice out of shield. If either player wants to gain a significant advantage as opposed to game 1. going to be going to Final Destination. This probably benefits Grape a bit more. Starry has less room to run, no platforms to go to, although Smashville didn't have platforms, only except in the middle where Sephiroth could pretty easily cover it, so it may not be as big of a factor. Being still able to avoid the only way. Yeah, special how it gets caught by the climb hazard. Cloud now has low. Goes for a cross slash, doesn't get it. Just barely avoids at the forward tilt, kicks him out though. Forward smash just barely misses, using a lot more tilts now. Going for the blade beam. Finally gets the regular cross slash, not nearly enough to kill though. Great predicts an offensive option, air dodges to ledge. Doesn't get it. Once again goes to the cross slash, but gets interrupted by the forward smash. Up smash is barely gets beat out by the climb hazard. Goes for the down air, actually gets the landing hitbox. Very large move, very good at getting out of disadvantage, at least when your opponent goes for aggressive options, like most of them tend to. Once again, tries to go for it, however, just barely avoids it. Counter projectile, doesn't get it. However, does get launched off stage. Tries countering that blade beam, however, it's not going to work. That counter appears not to be able to counter projectiles. Apologies for what I said earlier. And Grape SDs. This is a huge swing in momentum. Grape not only has one stock to take 3 of Starries. This could potentially be big. Grape rolling a lot, trying to avoid him. Cloud has a difficult spike hit, but he does get a sweet spot on that fourth map, taking the first stock. That says Grape has a mountain to climb. He's getting the flare. Oh, beats it out with the forward smash. However, drops shield too late and gets hit by the cross slash. Gets clipped by the climb hazard. Grape now has one wing. Goes for an up special as a sort of offensive option. Doesn't get it. Gets once again goes for it, but gets beaten out. Goes to the side special. Not in range. That move will set 3 projectiles surrounding the opponent that then go off with a time detonation. It's pretty good once he actually gains the advantage. However, he actually needs to hit the opponent in order to effectively utilize it. At 106% against Cloud, I don't know if he's going to be able to take this one back. That SD is massive. Oh, tries going for the finishing touch. That might have been a misinput. It only hits up close and it only deals 1% damage, but it's a very high knockback, so it kind of balances it out. Grape goes to the flare. Rolls back, trying to keep some space. Using Sephiroth's superior range to try and beat Starry out. Backstage, that forward tilt's going to have enough knockback. Sephiroth, a very light character. Starry takes game 2 after this. Now that game 2, we saw Starry using a few more of their normals. That forward tilt actually being the move to finish game 2. Grape's still not the best at punishing it, and that SD was absolutely brutal. That's the second time today that Grape has SD'd with a down air, which is not ideal to say the least. Giving your opponent a free stock due to a misinput is a huge swing in momentum. And depending on how game 3 goes, that single misinput may have cost Grape the set. That being said, he still has a game to get this one back. So Cloud, once again, honestly, not a lot changed that game. That SD really was the deciding factor. Starry still used a ton of special moves, although they did lighten up on them a bit. And Grape still somewhat punished, failed, or had difficulty punishing out of shield. Going into game 3. It's going to be a tense one. This is going to be close. Both players electing to choose the same characters they did last time.
3, 2, 1, go!
Smashville. Coming in to grab, however, pummels a bit too much and doesn't get a throw opportunity. That platform is going to be a bit of a nuisance for Starry. It gives Grape a refuge from the climb hazard. And it himself doesn't have to worry about it because down air goes straight through that platform and up smash covers its entirety. Beats out the blade beam with a forward smash, hits another up smash. Grape not messing around, going for another up smash, waiting for the air dodge, hits with a third up smash in a row. Grape with only 31.5% takes Starry's first stock. Grape is not messing around anymore. He wants to end this game as quickly as possible. He does not want to let that SD be the thing that decides to set. Forward smash gets caught out by the cross slash. Climb header hits him. Grape now has one wing. Armor on all of his smash attacks is going to be useful, especially seeing as they've been caught out recently. Going for the up threat, this puts it, doesn't get the strong version going forward, and saying it's a weak version going up, gets caught by the climb header, doesn't get hit by the second hit though. Brings for 112, goes for the up smash, doesn't get it, gets hit by the little cross slash, and that is going to be enough to kill. Grape loses his first stock, Tarek took 36%, it's an okay lead, but Grape needs to push the advantage more. Almost punishes it with a dash attack, doesn't get it, forward smashes in the wrong direction, once again misses the dash attack, gets hit by the forward tilt, pulls behind it, gets the grab, actually gets the throw this time. Just getting outside the range of a smash attack, so that forward smash is going to connect to the sweet spot, goes for the Giga Flare, doesn't quite kill. Oh, now there's the Giga Flare, that was just like the Super Flare, this is the Giga Flare, that's going to be enough to kill. That move kills incredibly early. Sephiroth can actually 0 to death characters if he gets the right conditions he needs with that move, because it gives him so much frame advantage, he can actually combo it into a forward smash. And he air dodges and SDs again. That's the second SD this set. All of a sudden, Grape is near dead E with only a 35%, or only a 30% lead. This could be massive. Is this SD going to cost Grape the game again? Starry barely nearly has an SD of their own, however they just barely managed to avoid it. Grape trying to anti-air, goes for a flare, goes in the side special. Starry now has to worry about the projectile. Grape tries to combo it. And Starry themselves SDs. 2 SDs back to back decide the game. And Grape takes the set 2-1.
Step into the ring.
Alright, so Grape's last opponent has not showed up yet. We'll wait a bit, but this may be the end of the stream. All right, and Grape's last opponent has not showed up, so that will be the end of the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we might see you on Thursday for makeup games, depending on how that goes, and we will definitely be seeing you next Monday for Week 6 of Varsity Smash.